Hello again. Now let's see one more important ADAS functionality. This is a very latest ADAS functionality. This has been introduced into the market by Tesla, and I'll explain you what this obstacle aware acceleration is. Now before I explain you what is the exact functionality, you please understand one simple statistic. As per the study by the National Highway Survey analysis, many people they cause accidents by accidentally pressing the pedal. So many people who may not be expert drivers, thinking that they are pressing the brake, they may press the accelerator pedal. So because they are pressing accelerator pedal instead of brake, the vehicle may lunge ahead or surge ahead. This will cause, this is causing almost 16,000 preventable accidents every year in US. Okay, especially in electric vehicle, where the initial torque is very high. It is not like a inverted V torque curve like in IC engine, like an IC engine car. In an EV car, electric vehicle car, the torque initially is very high. So even by mistake pressing accelerator is going to output a high amount of torque, which will drastically enhance the acceleration. Okay, so what this particular functionality is doing is, if at all there is an obstacle in front of you, okay, understand this sentence carefully. I will take a pen. Now if any obstacle is front of the car, it limits your acceleration when needed, so that you won't lurch forward too fast when the obstacle like a car is nearby. So even by mistake, if there is an obstacle in front of you and by mistake if you press the accelerator instead of brake, then this will very much limit the torque or limit the acceleration. This gives driver more time to realize, that there is some obstacle, and it will immediately fix it in the event of accidentally stepping on the wrong pedal. Especially it was introduced by Model Y, and it identifies an obstacle in the driving path. Now obstacle aware acceleration is designed to mitigate the impact of a collision by lowering the motor torque. A driving gear is selected, whether for forward or reverse, and Model Y will stand still at less than 10 km/h, and Model Y detects an object in the route of the travel. Now this is depicted in the next video. And as you can understand, because this vehicle, this particular functionality is always working at a very low speed, it is always it works at less than 10 mph or 16 km/h. Now let me demonstrate it with the help of the next video.
There's a button in your Tesla that may keep you from making a big mistake. Next on Now You Know. Okay, I hit you with that clickbaity intro because I get it. Obstacle aware acceleration doesn't seem like that fun of an update. Like parts. But it's actually a super important update that hasn't gotten much attention, probably because once you turn it on, you may not ever think about it again. Your Tesla has forward-facing radar and ultrasonic sensors. Now in the autopilot menu, you have this option. All right, so we're gonna hit our menu right here. We're gonna go to autopilot. Now you might say, it's not there, Zach. Well, actually, it is. It's down here. It's called obstacle aware acceleration, and we're gonna leave that on, and I recommend you do too. What this does is, if your Tesla senses that something like a car or building is in front of you, it will limit your acceleration so that if you accidentally tap on the accelerator too hard, or maybe you confuse the brake pedal with the accelerator, your Tesla won't lurch forward so fast that you can't correct. Because let's face it, the thing we all love about electric cars, the instant torque, could get you into a lot of trouble if you hit the accelerator too hard or if you switch and use the wrong pedal. So let's see what the car does with that setting on and with it off. All right, so first I'm gonna go back to autopilot, back to obstacle aware acceleration. I'm gonna shut that off. And now I'm gonna go over to driving and make sure that we're in standard acceleration. So now the car should accelerate without obstacle aware acceleration on. And we're gonna need something like this cardboard box to put in front of the car to act as our obstacle in case the test doesn't work out the way I hope. So now the car is ready to accelerate the way it normally does without obstacle-aware acceleration on. So we're gonna be going fast here, folks. Here we go. If that had been a car or a building, I would have maybe done a little scratchy scratch. Okay, so now we'll test it with obstacle-aware acceleration on. Yep, you can see that the car sees the box with its radar and ultrasonics. All right, here we go. Obstacle-aware acceleration definitely worked. It felt like a completely different acceleration curve. It gave me the time to get my foot off the accelerator pedal and onto the brake. Now you might be saying, I don't need this. I'm a good driver.
But according to NHTSA, motorists in the US step on their brake pedals nearly 1 million times per year. And every day in the US, there are 44 pedal-related accidents. That's 16,000 accidents a year caused by drivers stepping on the wrong pedal.
Teslas keep improving. And when an improvement is made, like obstacle-aware acceleration, it's updated to all the cars across the entire fleet.
I recommend you turn on obstacle-aware acceleration. It could save you from an accident. You're already driving the safest car on the road. Obstacle-aware acceleration makes it even safer.
Don't forget to join us every Monday for Tesla Time News, every Tuesday for In Depth, and every Wednesday for Model 3 Tip of the Week. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Now you know.
Now, as the narrator in the video said, you may never confuse brake with the accelerator or accelerator with the brake. Well, everybody thinks they are good drivers, including me for that matter. Even I cannot ever imagine pressing brake instead of accelerator or accelerator instead of brake. But as the author clearly said, according to NHTSA, almost 1 million accidents are happening because, almost 16,000 accidents are happening because people mistake brake for accelerator. Okay, so instead of pressing brake, they press the accelerator and the vehicle lurches ahead, which may lead to scratches or some kind of damage to the vehicle. It may damage both the ego vehicle and also the target vehicle. Okay, so it is recommended that once if at all you buy a Tesla, it is recommended that you please keep this obstacle aware acceleration feature live or on your vehicle. All right, thank you.